We've all heard of Vikings. They were fierce fighters who pillaged across Europe. But did you know that they also had an elaborate religion? Hi everyone. You might have seen one of my other videos where I talked about Asatru or modern paganism. If not, I will leave it linked somewhere here so you can check it out. And if you don't know me, I am your guide to the esoteric, the mystical, and the magical. It is through this lens that I share folklore, mythology, and magic. And today we are talking about the Vikings and a very specific ritual that they undertook in the forest. There is a story about a terrifying ritual that happened in a dense Swedish forest many years ago. It was the kind of ritual that would turn any man into a Viking warrior. But what did these rituals entail? What did the Vikings believe in? And how can you experience the power of the woods like the Vikings did? Let's take a deep dive. We often think of Vikings as fearsome warriors, and they were. They lived for battle and conquest. But their lives weren't all about plunder and pillage. In fact, they had a rich culture with deep roots in nature and tradition. These traditions included celebrations of the seasons, rituals honoring their gods, and ceremonies that marked important moments in a person's life. One of the most intriguing aspects of Viking culture was their belief in a pantheon of gods and goddesses. Their religion, known as Asatru, was a complex system of beliefs that celebrated the forces of nature. The Vikings worshipped a group of deities known as the Aesir, which included gods like Thor, Odin, and Loki. Thor was the god of thunder, strength, and protection. He was seen as a powerful force of nature that could bring both life-giving rain and destructive storms. Odin was the god of wisdom, poetry, and magic. He was a complex deity associated with death and rebirth, often depicted as a wise old man with a long white beard. Loki, on the other hand, was a trickster god known for his cunning and mischief. Despite his reputation, he was also a skilled healer and was said to have helped humans in times of need. These gods weren't just figures in myths and legends. They were seen as real beings that could influence the world around them. The Vikings built great temples called longhouses in honor of these gods. These structures weren't just places of worship. They were also community centers where people could gather for feasts, legal proceedings, and even trading. Viking rituals were an integral part of their daily life. They believed that everything in nature had a spirit and should be respected, so their rituals were often conducted outdoors with a deep reverence for the environment. For instance, when a Viking went fishing, they would make an offering to the god of the sea before casting their line. Similarly, when they harvested crops, they gave thanks to the gods for the bounty of the land. Now let's talk about the famous ritual that took place in the Swedish forest. Imagine you're a young Viking living in the 8th century. Your community has decided to hold a ritual in a sacred forest to honor the gods and seek their blessings. This ritual was no ordinary one. It was a ceremony of initiation, a rite of passage for young men who wished to become full-fledged members of the Viking community. As the sun rises over the tree line, you and the other initiates find yourselves standing in a clearing. Before you is a towering oak, its branches reaching up like gnarled fingers towards the sky. This tree is no ordinary oak though. It is a symbol of strength, longevity, and wisdom. To the Vikings, it represents the connection between the earth and the heavens. You and the other initiates are about to embark on a journey that will test your courage, endurance, and resolve. This is the Viking ritual of the sacred forest, and you are about to become a Viking. The ritual begins with a procession, led by a shaman or a wise elder. You move through the forest in a solemn procession. The air is thick with anticipation as each step takes you deeper into the heart of the sacred grove. The sounds of birds and insects fade away, replaced by an eerie silence that amplifies the pounding of your heart. The trees close in around you, forming a tunnel of ancient wisdom as you journey deeper into their embrace. When you reach the clearing, the atmosphere is charged with energy. The ancient oak stands as a silent sentinel, its roots delving deep into the earth's mysteries and its branches whispering secrets to the wind. You remember stories of similar rituals from your childhood, tales of courage and transformation that your father used to narrate by the firelight. Now you are experiencing it firsthand, and a mix of emotions, excitement, fear, and respect courses through you. As the ritual commences, you are reminded of the dangers that lie ahead. You must face your fears, overcome obstacles, and prove your worthiness to the gods in your community. The shaman, with his staff held high, leads the ceremony. His voice echoes through the clearing, chanting ancient words that invoke the presence of the gods. The other initiates stand around you, their faces grim with determination. You lock eyes with one of them, a friend from your village, and a silent understanding passes between you. You are in this together. The first part of the ritual involves a purification ceremony. You are cleansed with water from a nearby spring, symbolizing the washing away of impurities and the shedding of your old self. This water isn't just water, it's a conduit to the divine, carrying with it the essence of the forest and the blessings of the gods. As the water cascades over you, you feel a sense of renewal, a cleansing of both body and spirit. Next, you and the other initiates are blindfolded. This is meant to heighten your senses, to make you more attuned to the sounds, smells, and feelings around you. In this state of heightened awareness, you are more receptive to the spiritual energies of the forest. Suddenly, the forest comes alive with new sounds and smells. The rustling of leaves seems louder, the birdsong more melodic. Each sensation is a step deeper into the heart of the ritual. Then comes the trial by ordeal. You are led through a series of challenges designed to test your physical and mental strength. There are obstacles that require agility and balance, moments of suspense that challenge your bravery, and tasks that put your endurance to the test. Throughout the ordeal, you draw strength from the support and encouragement of the other initiates. You help each other, lending a hand when needed, sharing words of encouragement. As the ordeal reaches its climax, you find yourself facing your greatest fear. This is the final challenge, the embodiment of your deepest fears and self-doubt. In that moment, you have to dig deep within yourself, drawing upon every ounce of courage and determination you possess. The pressure is immense, but you push through, fueled by the belief in yourself and the support of your fellow initiates. And then there's a shift in the atmosphere. The tension eases, replaced by a sense of accomplishment and camaraderie. You have faced your fears and come out stronger on the other side. The blindfolds are removed, and you look around you at the cheering faces of your community. You are met with congratulations and admiration. You have successfully completed the ritual. Now it's time for the final part of the ritual, the feast. Food and drink are shared, stories are told, and songs are sung in celebration of your achievements. There is a deep sense of community, of belonging, as you partake in the feast. You are no longer just an initiate. You are a Viking, a member of a strong, proud community bound together by a shared history, beliefs, and values. As the feast winds down and the evening descends, you find yourself standing next to the ancient oak once again. Looking back at the clearing filled with the remnants of the feast, you feel a sense of pride and gratitude. The ritual has come to an end, but its impact on you is just beginning. You are forever changed by the experience, stronger, wiser, and more connected to your heritage. You carry with you the lessons learned, the friendships forged, and the blessings of the gods. The ritual in the sacred forest wasn't just a test of physical and mental strength. It was a journey of self-discovery, a rite of passage that marked your transition into adulthood. It was a celebration of life, of nature, and of the deep connection between the Viking community and their gods. In the modern world, it's easy to lose touch with our roots, to forget the rituals and traditions that have been passed down to us through generations. But by understanding and embracing these traditions, we can reconnect with our past and find strength in our heritage. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the world of Viking rituals. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to show your support. Share this video with others and leave a comment below. Tell me what you found most fascinating about the Viking ritual. I would love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay curious, stay open-minded, and remember to always honor your roots.